lots of good things. Don't forget we are streaming live over at SuperTalk.fm. We're also streaming from that SuperTalk Mississippi app and your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station. And you can watch us. We are on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. We are continuing our conversation here in New Albany, Mississippi, as we are getting you fired up for the Tallahatchie River Festival. It's kicking off this Thursday through Sunday. And there's so many good things going on. If you want more information, go to visit New Albany, mainstreet.com, and it is partially funded by a grant through Visit Mississippi. That's where it's coming in. And we got with us a former Good Things guest, Jill Smith. She's with the Union County Heritage Museum. This is her third time chatting about all the good things y'all are going to have here. Jill, I always know that it's Tallahatchie time when I get to see your sweet face and all the fun things you guys have going on there at the museum. We are in a different location this year, though, here at the Magnolia Theater, so I got tickled because usually I ask you, where is the Heritage Museum? And you say, right over the train tracks. But we don't have train tracks in front of us this time, so but it's down the street and then right over the train tracks. So how excited do you guys get this time of year with the festival coming up?
Well, this is always the culmination of the William Faulkner Literary Competition. We have the luncheon on Friday, the 27th, and we make the announcements of the winners. And this year we've got winners from 8 countries.
That's crazy to me.
40 states. It's from all over the world.
So what is the competition, Jill? Like, is it just a small, are they all writing, like, do you put out a question and then they write an essay about it, or are there different categories they can choose from? I guess I'm asking what draws artists or writers from 8 different countries to even submit for this?
Well, I guess it's William Faulkner's legacy, you know. William Faulkner has been translated into, I don't even know how many languages. We have a bookshelf full of different language books that has his work translated. But our categories are novel, short story, one-act play, poetry, and student competition. And we award about $6,000 a year for those different winners.
Who judges that?
I can't tell you. If I did, I'd have to kill you. But not me.
I would just have you killed. Okay, so they are. So it's I guess reputable people. If you were to share, so it's people that would take it very seriously. So it's not your local 5th graders.
No. We usually go to academic institutions for our judges.
Gotcha. But that would be fun though, Jill. That'd be a twist. You just take local 5th graders and let them read all the work and let them pick their best.
It'd be a big job.
It would be a big job. No, but this whole festival is a big job, and it feels like every part of New Albany has a piece in making it great over the last almost 3 decades. But you guys there at the museum, you really hold the heritage to the festival as well as to all of the tradition and history that's here in New Albany. So if they're coming in for the festival or just coming to New Albany in the future for a game or whatever else, what's at the museum worthy of them stopping by? Why should they stop by the museum, should I say it that way, and see what you guys have to offer?
We've got about 2 city blocks of reasons. We have the William Faulkner Literary Garden. That's always beautiful almost any season of the year. We have the plants that he talked about and his quotes about them, if you like the great big outdoors. We have Frenchman's Bend Village. That's all outside. Inside, we've got right now we have this literary exhibit. It's textiles by Kathy Fussell from, she's a textile artist from Columbus, Georgia. And she's done work with As I Lay Dying and several Southern writers. Plus, she does these beautiful landscape maps. You'll never see another. I've never seen her work like hers.
That's
so
cool.
That'll be on through the end of September, and we'll have another one popping up after that. But we have the William Faulkner Library. We have the Children's Discovery Zone.
Is it walkable from like downtown where we're at now?
Is.
I think I ask you that every year. But like if you're staying downtown, as earlier Miss Billie Jean was saying, that you guys are almost to capacity, so that means so many folks are going to be here. Mm-hmm. You don't want to get your car out and start driving around. Yeah. So with a little grab a cup of coffee, you can make a few blocks walk and get to the museum.
It is. It's 2 blocks away. You go. It's 114 Cleveland Street, which runs parallel to Bankhead and Main Street downtown. So
Do you like the shift of the location? I'm putting you on the spot, Miss Jill. She's like, I'm not going to tell you the truth either. But I know they had shifted from having it, the River Fest, where it normally was, to now bringing it sort of more downtown. Does that bring more foot traffic towards the museum, or giving people the opportunity to see?
Well, I think we generally have about the same amount at the museum. Most of it's focused downtown, and of course this year with our Nature Fest that we're doing, that's going to take people I hope, to the park along the river.
Which we want people to go to, too. So this is the first year you guys are doing this, so tell us about it.
Well, thank you to the National Environmental Education Foundation for the grant, and from Toyota and the Conservancy to make this possible. With the focus on the park and the improvements there, we kind of have the responsibility for education and stewardship and appreciation of nature. And, I think all of us learned during COVID that, good grief, let's go outside.
Absolutely.
And I feel like...
You're happier there.
Yeah, you are. The sunshine and just being out in nature is a healthier place, and encouraging people to learn about the habitats of the wildlife around us, to preserve those. That's what we're trying to do, and to encourage people to get out and to have a good time.
So this is coming up on the 28th, so it's during the Tallahatchie River Fest.
Yeah.
And so especially if you have families here, because you have hands-on family fun, you have vendors, build a birdhouse, all of these, and then tying fishing flies. What is that, like fishing lures or fishing flies?
It is. Jack Ballard is going to be the guy doing that, and he has moved back home from up in the mountains of Tennessee, and he says he's going to be tying flies for local fish, not trout from up in the mountains, but for our local species. So that'll be fun and interesting.
Since you threatened my life, Miss Jill, I see survival tactics here. Should I?
If you want to know how to start a fire with the tip of stick and a string, well, you just come on. Marty Merritt's going to help us out with that. And Kim Gentry with Nature Nurture is going to be tree ID and nature walks. And Andrew Ballard is going to be talking about Mississippi mushrooms, which right now you see a lot of them popping up.
Mm-hmm.
And we have
that's a fascinating. I don't know if you considered it a plant or a vegetation, or I'm not really sure the right sort of terminology for it, but just learning about the system of mushrooms and how it all works, and underground and all the root system and everything. It is fascinating.
It's huge.
Yes, the scary part.
I think fungi are
it's one of the largest living organisms.
Yeah, because you can see it from space in some places if you believe what you read on the internet.
Well, it's where I get all my information.
Me too.
I'm just picking Miss Jill. No, we go to our great museums and our good experts for all of that. There's no additional cost for this, for the Nature Fest inside of the River Fest, so it's all free.
You can build a birdhouse for free, and it's all free.
So tell me about, switching gears a little bit, the Union County Heritage Museum and the Mint Julep at the movies. This is also right up my alley. So what are we doing there?
Well, today is William Faulkner's birthday, actually. He was born on September the 25th, 1897, but tomorrow we're going to give him a party at the museum. It'll be... I
was wondering if there was going to be cake.
Yeah.
Or bourbon.
Well, that'll be first, of course. We're going to have a toast and bourbon tasting, and I've got 4 or 5 different kinds of bourbon. They say don't try to taste more than 4, but I mean,
once you get past 4, you can't taste nothing anyway, so you might as well just go on for it.
And we want to make toast to Faulkner, and then maybe do some mint juleps. And the past is never dead, of course, is that favorite quote that is probably the most quoted Faulkner line, and the past is never dead, it isn't even past. And that's the title of the film, that the documentary that's been made about him. So we're going to be screening that, and we'll have peach cobbler as instead of cake, because that was his favorite, and barbecue. That's what I read that he would like to go and have.
Peach cobbler, barbecue, and a bourbon. Sounds like a wonderful Mississippi sort of afternoon, and a good way to sort of spend it. And so that's coming up, you mentioned tomorrow. And this is when, Thursday, my days are getting mixed up, Miss Jill, but that's when you guys kick off all the Tallahatchie River Festival stuff is coming up sort of tomorrow. Will it be a whirlwind for the locals here for the next 4 days who are helping?
Oh, it is, because in the midst of all this, homecoming's going on.
As if we needed one more thing. And then also, I think Ole Miss has a home game sort of as well. But I know it's always an exciting and bustling time around here. If anybody missed any of this, or if they want to plan their trip to New Albany and put the museum on their to-do list, is there somewhere to go? I'm sure you guys have other events and fun things going on the rest of the fall and into the holiday season.
We do. Our social media pages, Union County Heritage Museum, and also our website, ucheritagemuseum.com.
All right.
And you can always just call us.
There you go. The phone still works.
Phone works.
Phone works. I appreciate your time, Miss Jill. Look forward to seeing you back next year. But you guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.